One of my favorite phrases is the more I see it, the more I like it. But in all honesty, guys, with the whole Pascal Siakam trade rumors floating around the World Wide Web, the more I see it, the more I don't like it. You can't see me through this video, but I'm literally facepalming myself right now. And although I don't drink beers to cure my sadness, I might need to chug a barrel if this trade package does go through. Trading for Pascal Siakam would be a huge mistake on the Warriors side, and could really affect Steph Curry's free agency decision. First off, if you don't know yet, the trade package is as follows. The Toronto Raptors would be giving up Pascal Siakam and Aaron Baines. The Golden State Warriors would be giving up Andrew Wiggins, James Wiseman, and the 7th pick in the 2021 draft. That's the number 1 pick in 2014, who just had his best shooting season ever.
Green, stay on the floor with the game tomorrow night.
The number 2 pick in 2020, who will most likely make a huge leap in his second year.
He's helping recover and contesting it well. Dropping into Wiseman, perfect, and laying it up and in.
And the 7th pick in the 2021 draft, who reminds me of a superstar in Utah.
With Colin Gillespie, and they're an excellent ball-handling team with him. As Mitchell, a little pull-up, he's hit a couple now.
For the 27th pick in the 2016 draft, who's just coming off shoulder surgery, and a 34-year-old undrafted center who just finished off the 2021 season shooting 44% from the field and 26% from beyond the arc? Man, I don't understand how this trade is even being entertained around the web, unless it's a marketing ploy designed by the Raptors to try and commit some grand larceny or something. Here's a little more in-depth analysis on why I don't like this trade. The question I have to ask first is Pascal Siakam even better than Andrew Wiggins? On the physical side of things, Pascal is 2 inches taller and 30 pounds heavier. That should translate into being a more effective post player, which is, I'll admit, actually something the Warriors lack. But is he really a better close-up finisher than Wiggins? Looking at some shooting splits, let's compare the two players this past season. Pascal Siakam made 55.6% of his field goals when he was within 8 feet of the basket. Andrew Wiggins, on the other hand, made 64% of his field goals when he was within 8 feet of the basket. You might argue that Wiggins had a better team than Ciaco, and that's a plausible argument because better teams usually means more efficient shooting. If that's the case, let's then look towards Siakam's best season in 2019 when his team won the championship. During the regular season of that year, Siakam shot 63.3% from the field when he was within 8 feet of the basket. By these statistics, it's clear that Andrew Wiggins has a slight edge when it comes to finishing up close around the rim. Let's move on to the topic of spacing the floor and the three-point shot. Pascal Siakam just finished off the 2021 season shooting 29.7% from beyond the arc, while Wiggins finished off the year shooting 38% from beyond the arc. Nothing really changes in their career three-point averages. Andrew Wiggins isn't the best three-point shooter by any means, but he's clearly a step up when compared to Pascal Siakam in the three-point shooting category. When it comes to defense, Wiggins is a much better perimeter defender, capable of locking down high-scoring guards like Bradley Beal. He's also capable of making things tough for superstars such as Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. This past season, Andrew Wiggins had a defensive rating of 111 per 100 possessions, while Pascal had a defensive rating of 113. On the defensive side, I'd say Wiggins is better guarding 1 through 3, while Siakam, because of his size, is better guarding 4 and 5, which the Warriors do need, and which is made even worse by trading away James Wiseman. But I'll get to that later, after I finish this Wiggins and Pascal comparison. Pascal is a better mid-range shooter than Wiggins. Just from the free throw line, Pascal this season shot about 83%, while Wiggins shot 72%. From looking at the shooting splits, Andrew Wiggins is the better finisher from within 8 feet and from beyond the arc. But when it's anything from 8 feet out to 24 feet, that category belongs to Pascal Siakam. All in all, however, because Wiggins finishes better at the rim and beyond the arc, I feel like he fits in with Steve Kerr's small ball system a bit better than Siakam would. Even if a case were to be made for Siakam being better than Wiggins, I don't see how it would make up the difference for adding James Wiseman and the number 7 pick. I've already talked a lot in previous videos about how centers in the league take time to adapt to the NBA. Anthony Davis, Kevin Garnett, and DeAndre Ayton all played just okay in their first year and then exploded in their second season. James Wiseman, before his injuries, was in the running to be part of the all-rookie class, and in glimpses throughout the season, Wiseman did show what he can be. He's a 7-foot center with the ability to run with the ball coast to coast and finish strong.
Getting the job, and Wiseman with a block. You see the help and recover there from Wiseman on the handle. Wiseman down the lane. Wiseman!
He's also shown the ability to face up his defenders and shoot over them, which would cause huge issues when there are defensive mismatches.
With Jamal Murray and Steph Curry offensively going in.
James Wiseman needs to gain about 10 pounds of muscle over the offseason and average about 15 points and 10 rebounds on about a 60% field goal percentage. Now these are real attainable goals for Wiseman to achieve in year 2. And this production on both ends of the court is enough for him to fulfill his role as someone who gets easy buckets on one end and brings a defensive presence on the other. You can't replace a 20-year-old athletic beast who's capable of making a year 2 leap with Aaron Baines, who turns 35 next season. Man, that's unhealthy even to think about. It'll make Warriors fans around the world age faster from all this stress. I don't think I need to continue making comparisons here. I'm already having a headache talking about this trade, and I haven't even gotten to the 7th pick yet. Now, I like Davion Mitchell in the trade. He's a 6'2" guard who's just coming off an NCAA championship. Mitchell won the 2021 Naismith Defensive Player of the Year and averaged 14.1 points along with 5.5 assists. He shot 51% from the field and 45% from beyond the arc. He can lock down opposing guards, and when Curry's on the bench, Mitchell's someone who can beat his opponent off the dribble and can will his way to the rim.
To the top, to Mitchell, under 10, driving on those 10.
The one thing I am worried about with Mitchell is how consistent he can be. Despite his stellar shooting from the field and beyond the arc, his free throw percentage was at 65%. If, however, Mitchell can continue shooting 50% from the floor and about 40% from beyond the arc in the NBA, the Warriors are going to have another diamond in the rough. Davion Mitchell not only plays the same style as the other number 45, Donovan Mitchell, but he plays with a similar mentality too, and that is with a chip on his shoulder. Man, including him in a trade for Pascal and Baines is just mind-boggling for me. And all this leads me to my last point, Steph Curry's pending free agency. I think adding Pascal and Baines makes the Warriors worse, considering that Wiggins, Wiseman, and the 7th pick would have to be traded away. If the Warriors roster gets worse, then I'm not sure if Steph resigns with the Warriors. Sure, he's already won the Warriors 3 rings and has nothing left to prove. In an interview before this previous season, Curry stated that he 1000% plans to be a Warrior for life. But guys, this Pascal trade would be like the Warriors pulling the chair out from under him. In that same interview, Curry also stated that things change quickly. On another note, did you know that if Steph Curry does sign another max extension with the Golden State Warriors, he'd be setting a new NBA record? Yeah, that's right. If Curry inks this 4-year deal worth $215 million, he'd be the first player in NBA history to sign 2 contracts worth more than $200 million. But anyway, back to that trade that might blow everything up. Guys, if you think the Pascal Siakam trade is bad, you're in for a big surprise. Check out this other video here, where there's another rumor going around that could just flat out end the Warriors dynasty. It's a big video, guys, and addresses superstar acquisitions that just might cause Warrior fans around the world to weep. It might even stir up a riot. Check out this video, guys. Watch it, and I'll see you on the other side.